As Catholics, our ideas about the Holy Spirit can be rather interesting. We believe that He exists, that He's the third person of the Holy Trinity, but for a lot of people, they don't really think all that much about the Holy Spirit. And our ideas of the Holy Spirit are kind of fuzzy as well, with images of doves and fire, biblical and good images, but harder for us to wrap our minds around than the human nature of Jesus Christ. But you see, here's the problem. If we don't have an understanding of and relationship with the Holy Spirit, how are we even going to begin to pass anything of true value to our children or students, family or friends? Because it's the Holy Spirit who gives us true inspirations. St. John Vianney once said, "Those who are led by the Holy Spirit have true ideas." That's why so many ignorant people are wiser than the learned, because the Holy Spirit is their light and their strength. Now, there's no getting around it. We all really should be powerful witnesses and agents of the Holy Spirit, because after all, the gifts of the Holy Spirit have been with us since our baptisms. And the fullness of those same gifts were imparted to us at our confirmations. But you know something? Confirmation is also a misunderstood sacrament. Confirmation is not primarily about you becoming an adult in the Catholic faith. That's part of it, no doubt. But the vast emphasis of confirmation is that the Holy Spirit, God Himself, has anointed you to be His witness and His instrument in this very confused and dark world. In confirmation, you are confirming the gifts that have been with you since your baptism, and you're saying to God, "Okay, Lord, I see you have given to me wisdom, understanding, counsel, fortitude, knowledge, piety, fear of the Lord, but I need for you to do something for me so that I may know how to properly use such powerful gifts." Do you know what you're asking God to do at your confirmation? It's something He longs to do, and not just on that day, but every day of your life. "Lord, please confirm me." That's what confirmation really is all about. The Holy Spirit confirms you. He validates you. He confirms the truth in you. He confirms His trust and His love in you. That's what this is supposed to be about. So how many of us are living out our confirmation in such a manner? Dr. Peter Kreeft, the author and professor, he asked a very good question. Why did 12 fishermen convert the entire world, and why today are 500 million Christians unable to repeat the feat? Well, Dr. Kreeft answers his own question. We're not allowing the Spirit to work through us. It's the Spirit who makes the difference. You see, we receive the Holy Spirit in baptism and in confirmation, but are we truly open to allowing Him to work in us? Are we praying to receive Him and His gifts? And then are we using those gifts that we receive so that we can become fruitful, bear fruit in this world? And are we putting ourselves out there to be used as vulnerable instruments in His hands? And for other people, Pentecost seems to be a little bit unfair. Those are the ones who are thinking to themselves, hey, how come I don't see this Pentecost tongues of flame? Okay? I mean, where's the driving wind, in my life? How come I can see all this great stuff the apostles did, but in comparison, my life is kind of boring? I want the Holy Spirit to work powerfully in my life too. That's a great sentiment. That really is, and we should all be saying that. But do you really? Do you really want the Holy Spirit to move within you? Because if you really do want Him to move and work and live in a mighty way in your life, and if He is not, you want to know what's stopping Him? That's right. You are. You're stopping Him. Why are we stopping Him? Because we're scared and we know it. We're weak and we don't do a doggone thing about it. And the reason why we're scared and weak and oftentimes paralyzed in our spiritual lives is something actually quite simple but so profound. We're not scared of Him. Because we should know by now that God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is a loving God. No, we are scared of what the Holy Spirit might ask us to do. That's why we're scared. What is he going to tell me to do? Because don't forget, it's the Holy Spirit who never contradicts the church, who never contradicts Jesus. It's the Holy Spirit who's giving you those little shoves to get out there and say to your friends, to your family, to your co-workers, yeah, I'm Catholic, so of course I believe abortion is wrong. No, I'm not going to have sex before getting married. I'm actually waiting. Yes, I do believe what the church teaches, that marriage is only between one man and one woman. So when are you going to quit making excuses and come to Mass with me? When are you going to stop playing around and get those kids baptized? But it's also the Holy Spirit who sends you out there to tell others, man, you have no idea how much God loves you, do you? Well, let me be your companion. Let me show you. You know something? God doesn't care how long it's been since your last confession. Just go. I'll pray for you. Well, you know I'm going to go to Mass anyway. So what do you want me to pray for? The Holy Spirit is the one that gives you the grace and urges you to go and talk to someone you don't really want to talk to, or to confront someone who needs to be called out. He's the one who moves you to desire to get your prayer life in order, to go out into the deep waters when it comes to your faith. The Holy Spirit is the one who will interrupt your daily schedule to stop for a minute to pray. So saying yes to those inspirations, to those nudges, if not outright shoves, he's good at that, okay, can be a little bit scary and a little bit uncomfortable. But being a Christian was never about being comfortable. Just look at the cross. And the truth is, we don't say yes to the Spirit all the time, do we? In fact, we hardly ever say yes. What was the difference between the apostles on that first Pentecost and us today? They didn't hesitate. They got filled, empowered, zapped by the Holy Spirit, and then went out and basically said to everybody, okay, people, how many of you guys want to go to heaven? Let's go. That's basically what they said. Because the power was unleashed at Pentecost. That wasn't just what happened back then. That's for today. The Holy Spirit can give you Pentecost power every day. You just have to constantly say, yes. Yes, I want you in my life. Yes, I do want you to move and inspire me. So are we willing to risk our lives for the kingdom that it might be proclaimed? We're called to be God's witnesses in the front lines out there in the world, not just in the walls of the church, or not just in the classroom. We're called to be his witnesses to the ends of the earth. So that means in our workplaces, in our homes, and in the public square. So we must burn with God's love, his truth, and his presence, especially in those places. So that means having the courage to speak the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, or to reject what society is trying to cram down our throats, especially if it's immoral or unchristian. And we need to be willing to be labeled as Catholic, because clearly we're living different lives from everybody else. Because you guys know this. It's easy to go with the flow, to not make any waves, to not stick out in the crowd. But that doesn't win any souls, and that doesn't change the world. The fire of the Holy Spirit has descended upon you, but if it stops there, it'll just burn out. We must be his instruments, his witnesses, spreading the flame of the Spirit. And you might be saying to yourself, well, who's going to listen to me? I don't have any influence. But don't forget, lots of small fires set throughout a town, a school, a community will eventually join together and spread. So set even a small fire through your patience, through your countenance with others, through a kind word. Something as simple as telling the cashier, may God bless you, have a great day. That's huge. Allow the Holy Spirit to use you wherever you are, and we will change the world. So this Pentecost Sunday Mass is the perfect time to experience a fresh infilling of the Holy Spirit. Allow him to lift you up, so you remember the readings, let the Holy Spirit fill your mind with insight. And you receive the Holy Eucharist. Ask Jesus to fill you with his Spirit and use you to build up his kingdom. As you kneel and pray after communion, know that Jesus Christ is in you, and he is your hope for glory. O Lord, fill me with your Spirit once again, just as you did for the apostles. Let your Spirit move me, shake me, enlighten me, enliven me, and equip me to live a life pleasing to you. And let your Holy Spirit empower me to be your witness in this broken world.